where we find people keeping themselves from pain, suffering, and hurt at any cost. If you look at our multi-billion-dollar pharma industry, it is all about the business of elevating physical pain from the lives of people. And it's noble. If you look at the beauty industry, it is in the business of elevating the pain of rejection of having a certain look. If you look at our actresses, Hollywood, Bollywood, they spend so much time and money in expensive treatments just to get that look that is acceptable. If you look at the entertaining industry, you find it helps us drown our sorrows by keeping us away from the realities of life and taking us into a make-believe world. We enjoy being in that world. But this excessive indulgence in activities trying to keep us away from pain or the harsh realities of life is actually kind of avoiding life itself. And the reason I found is because people perceive pain to be something equivalent to failure and lack of success. The rat race begins right from preschools. We find children around 3 molded and prepared to face the interviews in top-notch schools. And if your child does not sing that rhyme and is not able to answer those questions confidently by the panel, he's a failure or she's a failure because they can't make it to that school. You look at kids around 12th standard, their lives begin with tuitions, end with tuitions, and college in between. The rat race is so hot at that time. And if you fail to make it to an IIT or any prestigious college, is an end in itself. The pressure is so high, and that explains the kind of suicides we find following the class 10 and class 12 results. This happens also in relationships. Relationships do not work out the way we want it to work out. So what do some people do? They go around singing the breakup anthem. I would call it why Kolavadi. Okay. But for others, more on the emotional side, things may not be that easy for them to cope up with, and they end up breaking their lives. Or rather, take a break from life itself. It also happens to people who are having a long period of unemployment, failure in business, agriculture. They just take a shortcut. And this shortcut is actually cutting short their own lives and maybe their own families. So we live in a world that is excessively focused on avoiding pain. Pain is like rain that chills to the bones. We want to avoid it. But when pain comes knocking at our doors, most people give in easily, unable to bear the pain. So how do we cope up with this pain, these problems, these pressures? One way of looking at it is to look at people who are worse off than us. Example, like we are told from childhood, be thankful you're not that kid from Africa, who's hungry. We are told that thank God you have all your senses right, you are not handicapped in any way. Women are told be thankful that you're not barren or widowed. But is that the way to look at pain? A better way would be, because how could someone else's pain help us overcome our own pain? A better way to look at it would be to actually look at people who, despite their pain and sufferings, have able to overcome them through inner strength and perseverance. This way, pain is not just frowned upon as failure, but a trigger for growth and success. If you look at nature, we find that unless a grain of wheat falls to the ground and breaks, it cannot bring forth a fresh plant and more seeds. If not for the pain our mothers went through, literally we wouldn't make it in life. So when one door closes, 10 doors open. So then it's not just mere surviving, but to be a survivor and an overcomer. That will inspire others to overcome their own pain and give a new perspective to pain in life. I'm amazed and awed every time I watch handicapped people take part in Olympics or any other sports event, the kind of feats they're able to achieve despite obvious physical disabilities. In conclusion, I want to say that as much as we would like our younger generation to learn all our success mantras, it is equally important to teach them that it's okay to fail, that it's okay to cry, and it's okay to wipe your tears and go on. Over to you, Krishna.
Well, that was an extensive research on pain, and thanks for reminding us the